Ever tell yourself you're finally gonna save money, and then your bank account pulls a disappearing act? Bro, that feeling hits every time. It's like you walk into a store for one thing, and suddenly you're on a whole side quest buying stuff you didn't even know existed. And don't get me started on payday. Money lands on Friday, and by Sunday it's like, who robbed me? Here's the part nobody tells you. Overspending isn't because you're bad with money. It's because companies literally study your brain like it's a science project. They know what colors make you click, what buttons make you buy, and what notifications make you weak. You're not losing to temptation. You're losing to billion-dollar behavioral psychology. And the wild part, society keeps telling us live in the moment, but then clowns us for not having savings. Treat yourself culture is everywhere, but nobody warns you about the trap. It sets long-term. If you don't understand why you overspend, you're stuck repeating the same loop forever. And future you is gonna pay for present you's impulsive midnight decisions. What's up guys, it's Sam here. Welcome back to Sam the Finance channel, where smart money moves start here. Today, we're diving into the psychology of why you keep overspending. And I promise, this is going to open your eyes. Before we jump in, quick disclaimer, this entire video is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. And if you're trying to level up your money game, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the Sam the Finance community. Here's what you can expect. We're breaking down the real psychology behind overspending, how companies are secretly hacking your brain, and most importantly, how you can take your power back. Stay locked in, because by the end of this video, you'll see your spending habits in a completely new way. Your brain is literally wired to chase instant rewards, not long-term wins. That's why impulsive spending feels so easy and saving feels like torture. You're not broken, your brain is just running default settings from thousands of years ago. This is why you keep choosing the buy now hit even when the long-term option is way better. Studies literally show people take the smaller reward today, even if the future reward is 2 or 3 times bigger. That's why you need delay training, because willpower alone can't fight dopamine spikes. But for a lot of people, the problem isn't even dopamine, it's emotional spending. Stress, boredom, and loneliness hit, and suddenly buying something feels like comfort food. Most people don't buy products, they buy feelings. Look, stores literally design everything to guide your eyes before you even realize what's happening. They know exactly what colors, sounds, and placements mess with your impulse mode. So if you've ever wondered why you keep grabbing stuff you didn't plan to buy, yeah bro, it's not an accident. The way you beat this is by adding friction, basically slowing down your autopilot brain. Stuff like removing saved cards, turning off one-tap purchases, or forcing yourself to wait 24 hours. It sounds small, but it literally breaks the spell these apps put on you. Sales are the biggest trap, bro. They make you feel like you're saving money, but you end up buying stuff you didn't even want 5 minutes earlier. A real flex is buying what you actually need, not what's screaming 50% OFF in your face. Let's talk about the lifestyle comparison trap, the loop where you start spending just to keep up with what you think everyone else has. It's wild how fast we compare our behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. And yeah, that pressure makes you buy things you don't even genuinely want. But here's the truth. You don't need to match anybody's vibe. When you budget based on your goals, not their lifestyle, you get your power back. You stop stressing about what they're doing and start focusing on what actually matters to you. And then there's FOMO spending, that panic feeling like you gotta say yes to everything, or you'll fall behind. The most impulse buys happen in like under a minute. Bro, that's why a simple 24-hour FOMO freeze can save you from so many why did I buy that moments. Scarcity messes with you, man. When you grow up always hearing we don't have enough, that stuff sticks in your brain. And as an adult, you end up overspending just to escape that feeling even when you don't realize it's happening. That's why you gotta practice this thing called enoughness. Basically reminding yourself that you're not in survival mode anymore. When you feel safe, you stop spending just to fill an emotional hole. And here's the wild part. If you grew up being told no all the time, you might overspend now just to feel free. It's like your brain goes, bro, I deserve this, even when it's not actually helping you. Welcome to part 5, Digital Era and Attention Engineering. This is where your screen literally becomes a spending trap. And trust me, the system is way smarter than you think. Let's start with the biggest trap, infinite scroll. Apps blur the line between just browsing and actually buying. They keep your brain drifting until you accidentally check out. After a long scroll session, your self-control is basically running on low battery. But it's not just big purchases. Microspending is the silent killer. Those $5 to $10 hits feel harmless, but but they stack up before you even notice. It's basically death by 1,000 swipes. Alright guys, the first fix is simple, but kinda life-changing. You can't fix your money habits if you don't actually track them. Most of us overspend because we're basically flying blind with our cash. When you start doing weekly micro-budgets, everything finally starts making sense. Awareness alone actually reduces overspending by like 15% to 20%, which is kinda crazy when you think about it. So imagine being the guy who actually knows where every dollar goes. Instead of guessing, that's when you start feeling in control instead of stressed all the time. The second fix is using behavioral hacks, and trust me, small friction changes everything. The 48-hour wait list and the 2-tab rule work because they slow you down just enough to think. When buying stops feeling urgent, your bank account finally gets a chance to breathe again. Welcome to part 7, the part nobody talks about, how money and identity get tied together. A lot of us don't realize our spending is shaped by who we think we are. And today, we're breaking that cycle so you stop buying just to feel enough. Let's be real, a lot of us buy things just to feel accepted. Sometimes we're not shopping for the product, we're shopping for validation. And the wild part, that feeling never lasts, but the bill always does. Your spending is basically a mirror of how you see yourself. If you build your identity around your future self, your decisions start leveling up automatically. This is how you stop buying to impress people and start buying like someone who respects their future. Today we broke down the psychology behind overspending, dopamine traps, emotional triggers, comparison culture, childhood programming, digital manipulation, identity, and real behavioral fixes. Overspending wasn't your fault, but taking back control is your responsibility. Once you understand the game, you can finally stop playing it. If this video helped you, smash the like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. And tell me what's the one thing you overspend on the most. Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it. This is Sam from Sam the Finance Channel. Smart money moves start here. Take care of your money, and your money will take care of your future. I'll see you in the next one.